Good morning, it's me Dave Crane here on my roof, and I hope you're feeling good as I've got lots of noise all the way through the night. Look at this. Look at the roadworks. It's like Transformers have met to breed. There's lots of big machines all cutting up everything because it's all part of our... In fact, I'll tell you what's happening here. You can see all the way down here. Can you see just all the way down there where they're basically building massive trenches for the piping? Just take a quick look. Here's Ash, my dog. Hi, Ash. Say hi. Yeah, she thinks there's food involved. I see her petrol station just about there, petrol station. And also over here, they're building a massive Lulu hypermarket. Oh, that'll be nice for traffic. Can you see there? That's what this is all about. And it should be ready sometime in the next 500 years. So that'll be nice and comfortable for me. So I hope you're feeling good today. I want to talk about a couple of things, but I'll narrow it down because otherwise his broadcasts are getting quite long. And you're probably going, oh, Dave, just talk about one thing, but talk about it properly, like a grown-up, and then we can stop it, and I can go and do better things with the day. There's my doggy. Hello, Ash. She's hiding there, you see. Always got to ring her agent before she does anything. Right, dreams is what I want to talk about, how dreams are made. So, right, sit. Sit. There we go. Give me a paw. You can't see any of this. She's here, okay? She's good. Hey, look, babe. Sorry, I was interrupted my broadcast by having my doggy wanting to hijack everything. Never worked with kids and dogs, of which I do both. And I kind of like it the way it works. So what we're talking about was actually all about how dreams are made. Now, most people, when it comes to dreams, have no idea why they have nightmares, no idea why they have nice dreams. It just kind of happens. And most of the time, they have no idea what happened during their dreams. But sometimes there's a little bit of deja vu and things come back and so on. I'm going to explain my version of how dreams work. And if you're saying, okay, Dave, well, what's the difference between you and a bloke who works down the pub? Well, the difference is I'm a certified hypnotherapist, master NLP practitioner, and life coach. I've been working in the realm of dreams for many, many years. And I've put people into dreams all around the world, and somewhere in the region of maybe 10, 15,000 people. So I've had a bit of experience about daytime dreams, nighttime dreams, and all the rest of it. Doesn't mean I actually go around people's houses and sit next to their beds, because that would be called a stalker, and it'd be really creepy, and I don't do that. Unless you pay me huge amounts of money. I'm joking, I still don't do that. So in terms of dreams, what is it? Well, the way your mind works is your mind is like a supercomputer. And your supercomputer will generate any kind of information, but it's there to help you, by the way. Let me give you a diagram. I'll very quickly draw you a diagram. Come and join me here. I like to move around quite a lot because it helps me think. Now, I don't know if you can see that behind me. Just about. If you just join me, nice to see you. My name's Dave Crane. And I do this on a regular basis. Every morning I share some stuff with you, which hopefully will get you closer to where you need to be in terms of working out where your life is, where your business is, and your relationships at the same time. There we go, we can just about suss that out. Okay, so imagine your mind is like an iceberg, like the Titanic. Can you see that? Big triangle, okay? And imagine the water here is below the surface. All this is below the surface, all this is above the surface. Got my dog trying to get close to me here. Now, this is your conscious mind. This is the bit we're dealing with right now. This is your subconscious. I'll keep this very simple because what I don't want to do is spend far too much time on this when there's a load of different things that could go into this, and we really just want to talk about the realm of dreams. So here's your conscious mind, and in here you have your willpower, there we go, WP, and you've got your logical decision making, and in here you've got your, what else got in here? Then you've got your creative decisions, and you've got your normal short-term memory. None of this will make sense when you look back at it, but if you imagine as I wrote it, it made some sense as I was doing it. It will be kind of easier to understand. Below the surface here is your subconscious mind, and in here is your unconscious mind, which deals with beauty sleep. So all the big stuff is in here. So in here you've got your imagination, you've got your protective factor that keeps you safe, like a Rottweiler in your mind. You've got your senses, you've got your habits, you've got your values, you've got your long-term memory, and you've got a lot of other stuff that's really interesting in here as well. By the way, if you want to know about how prayer works and how this is going to a big deep one, how you're linked to all things. It's to do with a superconscious mind, which is meant to be here, superconscious mind, and I'll talk about this and The Secret. Have you ever read The Secret about the law of attraction? That's all in this area. I'm not going to do that today. I'm only going to talk about how dreams work. So if you imagine that this is your mind, that water there, it's like an iceberg, right? This water is like, this is your conscious, this is subconscious, so below the surface is your subconscious mind. Now when you go into hypnosis or you go into sleep, this whole thing turns around, it flips on its head. So, excuse me, so if I was to imagine, or you were to imagine going like that, this is what happens when you go to sleep. Your conscious mind kind of switches off, and your subconscious mind comes to the top. Can you still see that? You don't have to be able to read it, just trust me, it turns the other way around. And so as a result of that, when you're in some kind of sleep level, then your conscious mind is doing its own thing, but your subconscious mind, all the big stuff comes out. So how does this have any relevance towards dreams? Well, dreams are literally, your mind is a supercomputer, and whatever you put into it, whatever you program into it, it will work on. Now, whatever you program in, it will work on regardless of whether it's good or bad for you. It doesn't decide what's good or bad, neither would a computer. It just decides what it's got to work on. So if you're a very negative person and you program in lots of negative things about the day, it will come up with lots of negative answers because that's how it works. The same if you're a very positive person. But when you go to sleep, what it does, like any computer, it goes into cleaning mode. And it basically starts to work its way through all the information that you've put in during the day. So if you've had a good day and lots of wonderful things have happened, it will work it out like that. If you had a terrible day, it will work it out like that. But what happens is, remember, your dreams are only your conscious mind. Let me return back to this diagram, which is now completely upside down, so it won't make so much sense. Your dreams are only your conscious mind, a bit below the surface. That's above the surface now because you're in hypnosis. Your dreams are only your conscious mind being able to work out how this all fits together. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you understand it properly, because your conscious mind is only a small part of your overall mindset. So here's the deal. Your dreams are the resetting of all the balances, of all the things and all the information during the day. They're not good, they're not bad, they're just there, but they are there to help you. And what also happens with your dreams is they're an interpretation of the end result of your information. Now this sounds a bit complex, trust me, it's not. The way it works is it's put together in a way that only you will understand. So for instance, you've met my dog Ash. Here's my dog Ash, who's chilling out. There we go. That's Ash. So if I have a big black dog in my dreams, then for me, that means something came to save me in my dreams. So I'm always looking for a dog. Dogs are great for me because I love dogs. If I have a cat, I'm not so keen, but I don't hate cats. I'm just, okay, I do it, I hate cats. But for me, having a big black dog, or any kind of dog, means that something in my dreams came to help me. If you hate dogs, and you get a dog in your dream, it doesn't mean that somebody else can interpret it, it just means your brain is throwing at you something that doesn't feel comfortable, that you have to work your way through. So, nobody can interpret your dreams because your dreams are so personal to you, and the coding of how your dreams manifest for you are written in a way that only you will understand. But one thing, remember, your brain, your supercomputer, your subconscious mind is the way that you need it to be. It's only there for you, and it's there to help you. So at no point is a nightmare there to hurt you. A nightmare might just be a dream that's a little bit stronger, trying to teach you something. So what you have to do is you have to come out of the dream and say, right, what the hell was that about? And sometimes you can remember it really well, and sometimes you can't remember it. So the ones you can't remember that well, that's fine, don't worry about it. Just wonder why you've wet the bed. No, I'm joking about wetting the bed. If you do wet the bed on a regular basis, that's a different conversation, and I might not get into it right now. Change your subject. So if you're thinking about why dreams are going a certain way, well, think about it. Your mind is trying to remind you about certain things. So if you have a dream that really annoys you like a nightmare, then it's not actually a horrible thing. It's your mind trying to tell you to do something with that information. Let me explain. If you have a dream where you're running down corridors constantly and there's lots of doors and you're being chased by this big monster, maybe your brain is saying to you, it's time to stop running. Maybe it's saying to you, what you should actually do is pay attention to the doors and open one and go in and do something differently. In your brain, you can do this. Same way as if you're being chased by a monster, maybe you should stop and ask the monster, what the hell are you doing? And have a dialogue rather than just keep running. Because your brain, your subconscious mind, is like a nagging kid. If you've got any kids, you'll know exactly what nagging's really like. So imagine that you've got a kid who's just saying, please pay attention, please pay attention, please, and that noise is really annoying. Until you actually pay attention, they'll carry on doing it. I want some chocolate, cake. I'm being really annoying as well by sharing this with you. But that's basically how your subconscious mind works. So in order to get the very best out of it, you have to pay attention to it. So if you're being chased by a monster down a corridor, in your mind, stop running and say, what do you want? And then something will happen, and then the nightmare will disappear. Because you get recurring nightmares, recurring dreams. It's literally just your brain nagging you to tell you to do something with it. So how do you interpret these dreams once you've woken up? Well, you need to be in a sort of semi-conscious state. You know that dreamlike state you get in when you wake up and you're a bit dopey? You can actually return back into that if you get used to being a somnambulist on a regular basis. Think about power naps. You know when you're really dopey and you switch off for 20 minutes? Very useful for you, by the way. And you go into a semi-conscious state. Go into that state, and what I do is I treat it like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Have you ever seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? If not, you don't have a television. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a show where people get humiliated by some celebrity because they absolutely know nothing. But if they do know a few things, then they get the opportunity to make $1 million, or pounds, or rupees, or dirhams, depending which show and which country it's going on in. So, in terms of how this all comes together, I go back into a dream state. I ask myself, what the hell was that all about? And I imagine that my brain can talk to me, but in the way that it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I've got 4 different options, A, B, C, or D. So I'll say, right, this thing was happening to me yesterday. What was that all about? And it will say, A, it could be this. B, it could be that. C, it could be that. And D, it could be that. And I go, okay, what about B? And if my brain's happy with that, my subconscious mind goes, yeah, all that'll do. Or maybe it's 1 or 2, or maybe it's all 4. But my brain will give me a way of interpreting it. And what happens is, once I've actually accepted that there was a scenario that I had to pay attention to, it disappears. And I never have it back again. Now, as for how your dreams work, all it is a rebalance of all the information that goes on in your head during the day. And you can change it, and you can alter it, and you can do anything you want with it. But you can also program it. So I am having really cool dreams before I go to bed, and before you're saying, I know what you're thinking. Not necessarily, but sometimes. What you got to do is before you go to sleep, remember your brain is going to work its way through all the different things that happen during the day. So you can actually flavor it and hijack what that dream is going to be. So for instance, if you want to have a superhero dream, watch some superhero stuff before you go to bed. You don't have to watch a whole movie, because then there's a lot of complicated stuff that comes in. Maybe go to YouTube and watch your favorite moments of a movie. If you love car driving and you want to have a driving movie, watch some clips of a Formula 1. Program your mind with a certain flavor. It's like getting a glass of water and dropping some cordial in so it becomes flavored. You can flavor your dreams. It's true. Try it tonight. Have an experience of flavouring your own dreams. You can get an interpretation of anything that you want. And from that point on, going to sleep becomes a lot more pleasurable, because then you can choose how you want to sleep. Some people don't do it like that, of course. Some people just go, oh no, I had a nightmare, and, and the bed's all wet. Or it's lumpy. That's even worse. So there you go. That's a sort of crash course on how to work your way through the dreams and guarantee you can have a nice dream every single night. Now you can see behind me, this is all my gym gear. You can hear the noise, which is the traffic. Actually, there's no traffic now I think about it. It's actually the transformers having babies and having lots of little transformers who are going to keep me up all night fixing my road. Meanwhile, have a wonderful day. I'd love your feedback. Share this with your friends. And for the first time in a long time, I'm not talking about Brexit. I'm not talking deliberately. I'm not talking about anything to do with the European Union and what's going to happen to England in football. Except tonight we play against Iceland. Iceland's like a tiny country, but an amazing country. It's done really well so far in the Euros. There's a very good chance that they'll just part the bus. We won't score a single goal because we're really rubbish at it. It'll end up going to penalties, and we could get beaten. Now, I really, really sincerely hope that's not the case. But if it does happen, and it wouldn't be a surprise for me, then watch this space, and we'll talk tomorrow, and I'll tell you I told you so. Mind you, I might decide just to go to bed and not bother with any of that. Have plenty of dreams, and in my dreams, England will win. Hooray! The rest of the world who's not an England supporter goes boo. Well, you don't have to go boo. Trust me, the amount of times I watch England play, it's not looking good. So anyway, on behalf of me and my dog Ash, there she is, the lovely Ash, chilled out, listening to me, and of course my gym kit, which is now going to get some pummeling. as I have to do my CrossFit first thing in the morning to keep the belly down. Have a great day, look after yourself, and be crazy, okay? And if you've got any more questions about dreams or anything else, feel free to share them with me. You can check them out by putting them in the comments section, and make sure you submit to follow this my Facebook business page, because then you get alerts every time I do a broadcast, and you don't have to catch them all secondhand. If this is useful, share it with your friends, and I'd love to hear about your conclusions. And if you disagree, then that's great as well, but you're wrong. I'm joking. If you disagree, let me know, because I'd like to know as well. Okay, bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye. Be crazy. Love you. Bye.